Hey guys, Brian with Denton County Homebrewers Guild, and we are back today here at our monthly meeting up here at Denton County Brewing Company. And we're back in with our president, Mr. Josh Wynn. And we wanted to talk a little bit more about our video on, sir, what do we got?
We got some Australian Sparkling Ale.
Good job, man.
So Australian Sparkling Ale is has its roots in British brewing traditions.
Right.
The biggest issue that they faced down south was the temperature control.
Yeah.
It gets a lot hotter in Australia than it does in Great Britain.
Right.
So they really had to develop a yeast that could withstand their temperatures. And they started brewing essentially a British Golden Ale or a British Bitters, which eventually evolved into your Australian Sparkling Ale.
Right.
I believe you were the one that told me that had we stayed with our British brewing traditions rather than adopting German brewing traditions, the Australian Sparkling Ale would be more of a Texas beer.
Right, exactly. That's a theory of mine, which we can't prove it because you can't prove a negative. But I really firmly believe if we would have stayed more with a British brewing tradition than German, British pub ales, British bitters would have evolved into something like this. Yep. Highly carbonated, easy drinking, hot weather appropriate beer, selectively, breeding the yeast over time with each subsequent generation to get something that works appropriately for a hot weather, relatively clean ale temperature beverage, or even higher than normal ale temperature. I mean, a lot of these fermenting stuff, we're looking at 72 to 76.
Yeah.
Something like that. So Texas room temperature, of course. But it makes a great, relatively clean with a little bit of ester character.
Yeah.
Beer, though, but with Australian ingredients.
Yes.
Things of that nature. That was my theory on it. So what do you think now that you've actually made one?
So I think you're kind of right on the money there. It's a very drinkable summer beer. Very dry. It's got some bitter character.
Right.
It's got that ester profile that you kind of find in more British beers than you do Germans.
Right.
Germans like a clean beer.
Right.
Let's put it that way.
A little bit more fruity ester expression on your yeast character, things like that. Right.
So closing my eyes, if I drink this, if it wasn't for the lack of caramel, I'd almost think I was drinking a British beer.
I mean, yeah, exactly. That's why I really enjoy these quite a bit.
Yes, sir. Australian Sparkling Ale, they got their start right around 1862 when Cooper Brewing Company.
Coopers,
They started brewing their own type of bitters or golden ale or whatever they called it back then.
Right, what they could get with local source ingredients plus what you could import that would survive the journey to make this style of beer.
So, really and truly, this beer, this style has only emerged in the BJCP, in the last 7-8 years?
Yeah, probably last couple of guidelines, really, honestly.
But the actual style has been around for well over 75 years.
Yeah, exactly, for sure. It's a great, simple, easy drinking pub ale, pale ale, whatever you want to call it. Everything's given all kinds of names for marketing purposes.
Yes.
But this is the common everyman's drink that you're going to get in the pubs in Australia, or if Texas had retained a British brewing tradition, something like this would have been wildly successful, I firmly believe, in our climate.
Yeah.
So.
And just for clarity's sake, I know we have the word Australia on this. This is not Foster's.
No. It's not Australian for beer. It's better.
It's better. It's so much better. So the thing that when you're brewing Australian Sparkling Ale, the thing that you've got to look out for is hops, hop character. Peter Simons, who literally wrote the book on the style, said, accept no substitutes.
Right.
But if you have to substitute, make sure that it's closer to like EKG or cluster as some sort of blend of the two for the hop character. But if you can get it, Pride of Ringwood hops.
Pride of Ringwood.
All the way.
When we went in and we were talking about making this beer. So he ordered the yeast in.
Yes.
And you got your own Pride of Ringwood. I ordered some Pride of Ringwood in. It's not easily necessarily, like you're not going to go to the local store usually and get this hop in stock. But you can order it in with our modern, economy. You can order all kinds of stuff on Amazon and whatnot.
I had to get it from the Annapolis Brewing Company in Maryland, or not brewing company, homebrew shop in Maryland.
Mine came from SoCal Brewing.
Okay.
So an internet search will produce this hop for you.
Yes.
And then get the yeast character. You could either do what you did, what you ordered off of White Lab's Vault strain.
Yep.
The Melbourne Ale strain. Sorry, guys. We're at the end of a club meeting. We've had more than a few today.
More than a few.
Not gonna lie, but we want to show you guys this is real. This is raw. That's what you guys do at your club meetings.
Yeah.
So you get what you get.
Yeah.
But you ordered in the Melbourne Ale strain.
Yep.
You gave me a packet graciously. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
I grew up a large starter. Mine's still in production. You've seen the video on that about it just started a couple of days ago. We should be ready by Redcoat Challenge, hopefully, because you ferment a little warmer.
Yep.
So I'm pushing, like 74, 76, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
But you got yours done a little bit faster, so we could try it today at the meeting. Yep. And it's going to be interesting to see how they go up head-to-head against each other in Redcoat Challenge. We'll see what the judges' feedback says. And
I'm ready, old man.
Well, hey, man, young man, if mine is anything like yours, I'm going to be happy. Because this is a great beer. Honestly, this yeast is known, the Melbourne strain, it's known for it could be flocculated a little bit better. I think you did a good job with what you have, but if you let it sit in lager long enough, it'll drop clear eventually. A little hazy.
Well, it's actually hazy by design.
Yeah, it's not excessively so, though, even still.
So down under, if you go to a bar in Australia and you order a Cooper sparkling ale, you actually have to tell them not to roll your bottle across
not to rouse the yeast like a Hefeweizen and like a German Hefeweizen.
Yeah, if you don't like it that way.
Right.
But the customary thing is to roll the bottle across the bar top, rouse that yeast, and then have a nice hazy beer pour into your glass. I didn't bottle condition the beer like it was traditionally done, but I did keg condition.
Okay.
So I added
That's usually what I do, honestly. I mean,
I'm lazy.
Dude, I get it. We're doing, multiple batches at a time. We're working in the keg. I don't have time to bottle every batch off and keg it or bottle condition it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
But actually, before I bottled this, I went ahead and inverted my keg to try and get
that yeast back in suspension.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then I went to bottle it so I could get this nice hazy look to it.
So this is by design.
Yes,
okay, cool.
This is by design.
All right, good. So it did flock out pretty decently for you?
Yeah, it got a little too clear for me, and
all right.
I decided that it needed to be roused a little bit more.
Fair enough. Well, Josh, again, thank you for bringing us a beer that's a little bit different style than what you're going to see. But we need to make sure we present them for the Redcoat Challenge. And for all you guys out there that are brewing some of these a little more off-center, British styles, British Empire styles, Australian Sparkling Ale, man. Really great beer. If you haven't ever made one, give it a try.
Yeah.
And just go look up Australian Sparkling Ale recipe. Stick with your Pride of Ringwood hops, Cooper's Ale yeast, or Melbourne Ale yeast if it's the right time of year.
Yeah. For
the Vault strain from White Lab, that's one place you can get it.
If you can't get the authentic Cooper's Ale or Melbourne Ale yeast, Thames Valley or Burton Ale yeast from White Labs or Y Yeast.
I can see the Thames Valley being really interesting with this, actually.
Those work very well as well. I've actually seen a couple guys use Burton IPA yeast to make their Australian, to really push that ester profile. I don't personally recommend it, but it does, in my opinion, make for a very interesting beer.
you know, I think maybe next year, we're a little late this year, but next year we might do a little more of a side-by-side yeast comparisons on some styles like this and see what they come out like.
Yes, sir.
So, but Josh, again, thank you very much for bringing us this, brewing it for us, and we look forward to talking to you guys more. Red Coat Challenge will be opening very soon this year, so you guys will see us soon.
Yep.
And we look forward to seeing what all you guys have sent to us. We're looking forward to trying your beers. And we thank y'all very much. Appreciate y'all out there. Josh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Press. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate
Sláinte,
you
guys. We'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.
Later.
Got it.